Good morning, Plano students. Please stand for our pledge and pause. Salute the flag. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for our pause. P. Positive attitude in all you do. A. Act responsibly in all situations. W. Work hard toward success. S. Show respect to self and others. And students, by the way, we are not having any weekly awards.
Good morning, students and staff. Got a great idea that's coming your way starting Wednesday. It is the 12 days of holidays that will be starting again on Wednesday. Every day, there will be a video probably featuring me. More than likely me, who knows, maybe somebody else. But I will be talking about how the holidays are celebrated in different countries and throughout the world. Not just Christmas, but other holidays as well. And different celebrations that might seem very unique to us. Again, it starts on Wednesday. Now, with that will come a contest of sorts. Each day, there will be an item featured in that newsreel, let's call it. Let me go ahead and tell you, Wednesdays we will talk heavily about Santa Claus in the United States. There will be a Santa item. I believe the Santa hat is what we'll be using. There will be so many of those Santa hats placed throughout the Great Hall. In certain locations, you've got to search for them. You will have till 1:15 every day to search for them with the teacher's permission, walking through the hallways, etc. But when you see that item, I want you to write down on a scratch sheet of paper a wonderful description of where it's located. And again, you will have till 1:15 to turn that paper in to the front office. Now, on that paper, I also need first and last name, classroom, and your house. Like I would say psycher, because Mr. Cole is psycher. So you'll write that description down. At the end of the day, the winner, the one who has the greatest description, will be chosen, and we will announce the winner. That winner will do two things. One, they will earn their class a prize that will be gifted, and also, each day that is, I should say, and also they will accrue points towards their house. The ultimate goal, after the end of the 12 days, we will count how many house points there are. There will be a first, second, and third place. You will be able to see in real time, essentially, who's winning, who's doing better. Because you'll notice there are 3 trees out in the Great Hall that have the colors of each house on them. At the end of the day, let's say, again, Wednesday's winner will have the ornament placed on their tree so that you can see how many each tree or house has accrued so far. So there's that. I think that's all. I will be sending a description of the rules as well to each teacher so they have that in writing as well. Good luck to you on the competition, and hopefully you learn a little something at least about how the holidays are celebrated everywhere.
All right. Well, good morning, Plano Elementary. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving break. Hope you enjoyed time relaxing, eating food, hanging out with your family. But we're glad to see you back here. All right. Two things I want to talk about this morning. First is Friday is going to be South Warren Spirit Day. You might have heard our South Warren Spartan football team has been doing fantastic in the state playoffs, and they have made it all the way to the state championship game that we played at Kroger Field in Lexington. So we want to cheer them on. So Friday, I want to see everybody decked out in South Warren colors or gear. So let's support the Spartans, and we got a lot of Panthers that are on the football team. So congratulations, South Warren. Let's show our school spirit on Friday. All right, next, one thing, a little segment we're going to have recurring is I want to read a chapter from Ron Clark's Essential 55. Ron Clark is a leader of a school in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's written a book about 55 essential traits that he wants to see in his students. So these are just short little chapters. So I just want to read the first one today. This is about being humble. Remember, this is written from Ron Clark, who is leader of a school in Atlanta. He says, be humble. I think it is important to lead with this rule. In life, as long as you make decisions and start from a place where you try to shine more light on others than on yourself, you are living right. When you choose to highlight the gifts and talents of others, they will, in turn, be more likely to point out your accomplishments. It's getting harder to nurture this lesson in my students. On social media, they see so many people trying to get attention with countless selfies and posts about their accomplishments. We were on a trip to Washington, D.C. with our 5th graders, and I took a picture of students in front of the Capitol. A few minutes later, one of the children asked, Mr. Clark, how many likes has it gotten so far? As the trip went on, I realized a few of the students were more concerned with getting in pictures and being on social media than enjoying the trip itself. These kids are the product of a changing society where they live through the perception of others. When we first opened Ron Clark Academy, I introduced one of our students, Kennedy, to a donor. I said, Kennedy is the MVP of our basketball team. The donor looked at Kennedy and said, wow, you must be really good. And she replied, yes, ma'am. Later, after the donor left, I told Kennedy that it's okay for her to be aware she is the best player, but when someone points it out, she should be humble and praise others. When the donor said, wow, you must be really good, I told Kennedy she should have responded by saying, I am blessed to be on a team with a lot of really hard-working players. Or, I'm lucky to have a coach that really believes in our team. She inspires us all to do our best. At RCA, and RCA stands for the Ron Clark Academy, that's his school, it's a great honor to be valedictorian, and that student receives a lot of attention. When people congratulate them, I encourage them to respond with comments such as, the entire class is filled with students who spent the last 4 years working very hard, and I think we all encourage each other to try our absolute best. Or, my parents really encouraged me to work hard over the past 4 years, and it's because of their support that I was able to stay focused and achieve my goals. I tell my students that if they are on a team and a teammate says to them, you killed it today, they should respond by saying, I always play well when you are on my team. Or, it was easy to make shots when you were giving me such incredible passes. There are times, however, when students are too humble. When I taught in North Carolina, we had students who went for scholarship interviews. They were very qualified, but they didn't receive the scholarships. It baffled me. I arranged a mock interview to see what was going on. When I asked one student, what are some of your favorite hobbies? He would respond with one-word answers like, robotics. I recalled exclaiming, but you just won first place in the regional competition. Why not mention that? The student said he didn't want to brag. Sometimes it's necessary to shine some light on yourself. When you're in a job interview, filling out a scholarship application, or trying to get people to see the worth in your opinion. When I talk to groups of educators, I want them to know that I have traveled widely to learn about our education system. If I say it the wrong way, it will come across as boasting. So I say, I feel so fortunate to have had the opportunity to travel to all 50 states to learn more about our nation's education system. I encourage the young robotics student to respond to a question about his hobbies by saying, my favorite hobby is robotics. My team and I have been preparing for the regional competition for the last 6 months. We met every Saturday and worked extremely hard to prepare our robot for whatever challenges would be presented. Just this past weekend, we had the honor of winning first place. It was an amazing feeling to be part of such a focused and dedicated team. I learned a lot about preparation, problem solving, and how to set a goal and accomplish it. The key point I want my students to understand is you should take a moment where people praise you and turn it into a moment where you seek to praise others. When you accept a compliment as if you deserve to receive the praise, then you will be seen as arrogant and egotistical, and it will diminish your skills and abilities in the eyes of others. When you make an effort to include others in an accomplishment, not only will they recognize your talent, they will also see you as gracious, humble, and a true team player. So I hope you take some of those words to heart about being humble. And when you do something well and someone recognizes you, make sure you point out the people around you who help support you to get there. All right, Plano, let's have a great week, and I'll see you out and about.